I'm Laura.
And I'm Lisa.
And this is the Paid Media Playbook, where we talk to marketing professionals about their challenges, tactics, and triumphs.
Join us here at Double Z Media for weekly conversations about media strategies for marketing leaders. So, Laura, I am sympathetic with how confusing paid search can be, if for no reason other than it has 10,000 different names.
Let's see here. Search marketing, SEM for some of the more novice to digital advertising, SEO.
I've gotten to be a real stickler about that because you let it slide once or twice because you know that when someone says SEO and they actually mean SEM. But then I've gotten myself into some problems before where then they come back and did mean SEO and I was like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I swear I'm not being pedantic. It matters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's better to be thorough, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Pay-per-click, PPC. That one is a personal pet peeve.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's accurate, but...
No, that's true. I forgot about pay-per-click. Yeah.
It bothers me so much. That's just how you bid. It doesn't have anything to do with the actual tactic. I almost
like it in a way, though, because it kind of tells the client, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about when you pay per click, especially, yeah. But I think paid search is my favorite. Paid search, it doesn't have Google in it. Mm-hmm. It's specific enough.
Yeah, and it's plain language. Like you can say paid search, the paid search results, and most people can figure that out. And then, of course, some people just say Google, and then you have to say, I know you're not talking about YouTube, but technically you could be.
Right. Yeah, we got to be on Google. Ooh, Let's break that down. We've got $50 a month. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I get it. Paid search is really important, especially if you're trying to work the bottom of the funnel and actually gets people to complete an action or sign up for something or make a purchase.
100%. Almost any campaign, in my opinion, should have paid search. There's very few, unless there's absolutely no call to action. I think it should be something where you're monetizing it. Like you can put a value on those clicks. If you can't put a value on those clicks because there's no call to action, there's no anything else, then it doesn't make sense to me.
I agree completely. Google Ads paid search specifically really shines when you have conversion tracking set up. And especially if you have conversion goals set up in Google Analytics and you're talking to each other, connected with each other, there's a lot of really cool things you can do. And Google has some really powerful algorithms to find your audience. But it also doesn't stand alone. I don't have the statistic off the top of my head, but there's some impressive number of people. People don't click on search results if they don't recognize the name.
Right.
Like it can't be the first time someone's seeing a brand. Otherwise, they'll scroll down until they find one they recognize.
Exactly, which makes me sad when people are looking at attribution in their analytics or on whatever CRM they're using. They're attributing all their clicks to Google, all their clicks on Google to Google and paid search.
Even organic search results too, though.
Yeah, no, true. But I mean, not YouTube. That's all I was going to say is it's frustrating because you obviously can't click on a billboard that you see and you can't click on the streaming television ad that you saw on your TV. So they don't get the attribution that I think that they should because I don't think people are going to click on, especially something super competitive. You're going to go with what you know.
It's true. A lot of times people who remember when internet ads were very unregulated and you weren't supposed to click on anything because, who does that? And that translates now. A lot of people, I mean, myself included, I'm so guilty of this. If I see an ad of something I'm interested in, I will open a new window and search for the thing I just saw.
Yeah, totally.
I don't click on banner ads. I run banner ads and I don't click on them. I'm part of the problem.
No, it's true. There's something about that. I don't know why in content. That's why banner ads are good for retargeting.
Yeah. Well, I love that now we can do more view-through conversion tracking.
Yes.
Yeah, this person didn't click on this banner ad, but they sure didn't convert until after they saw it. So that's something.
What I love too. And we can do that. Same with video, right?
Yes, definitely.
So that is cool. Yeah. But it does frustrate me to not have that at the end of most campaign funnels. So often, there's, we have to have this huge, robust social media paid and organic presence. and we have to have this super large awareness campaign going up at the top. But I don't think people are searching.
It's just such an ingrained part of internet culture. You search for things. Even if it's not Google, if it's Bing or whatever, people search for things.
Right. Or it's either they don't do it or they don't understand. No matter how many times you can say, hey, this is your potential audience, you're only reaching 10% of them. And you're trying to reach, like, let's say it's a statewide campaign or something. You have this potential and you're talking to this. You have more money in your budget, but you're only allotting this. And we're making this case to, hey, you should be spending more money here. We need this funnel to be having the right amount of media per tactic. And it's really sad when you've got this bottleneck at the bottom because you don't have enough money in paid search.
Well, the flip side of that are people who refer to paid search as an awareness tactic.
Oh, yeah. Again, it's like, the attribution thing where we were saying, like, people attributed they heard about us on Google. No, they didn't. They clicked on it because they saw you on Google, but they heard about you somewhere else. Chances are people search, if they don't have any name recognition for anything, then they may go to reviews. They may click on it and then they may go second to reviews or something like that. That's typically how people find things.
Now, devil's advocate, no one wants their competitor to show up when someone searches for your brand. That is a huge bummer. Right. So I could see calling sort of brand conquest campaigns a awareness tactic.
Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And the number one plumbers out there, you're going to bid, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that at least if someone's looking for me, I'm going to show up.
That being said, a tactic built to do that is set up completely differently from a conversion tactic.
Really?
Yeah. You're looking for impression share. You want to just get the highest percentage of possible impressions possible. And that is just bidding on a completely different factor from trying to get conversions or trying to get clicks.
Makes sense. The algorithms are working differently.
Exactly. It's prioritizing different things, completely different KPI. And so while both of those are perfectly valid ways of using paid search, it gets really sticky when someone expects one tactic to do both of those things at the same time.
Right. It's probably not doing either well.
No. Or they're just mad no matter what happens. It's that like, yeah, you might be bringing in 50 qualified leads a month, but how come when I search for my name, the competitor shows up?
Can't do it.
Well, yeah, but my name shows up every single time, but we're not getting any conversions. Those are different. I know they're both paid search, but they're so different. Really, they should be working in tandem with each other, right? One campaign set up to bid on keywords that is going for maximum impression share, and one campaign that is just doing like a lot of product type keywords, really specific things that people would be looking for when they want to make
something
a decision.
About that. Yeah, specific to that industry versus
just brand names. Yeah. And that one should be set up for, cost per click, but ideally conversion goals. And then both of those together, you won't be competing with yourself, but you'll still be able to cover both sides.
Wow. I think you just summed up the secret to paid search / SEM / SEO in some circles / PPC
/ Google / Bing.
Yeah. In our world, at least.
Yeah.
In the US.
Thank you for listening to the Paid Media Playbook. Want more content like this? Sign up for our newsletter at doublezmedia.com/newsletter. You can also find the link in the episode description.